After establishing the translational and rotational movement of the screw, once the threads of the screw are disengaged from the threads in the hole in the column, then this screw will simply move along the axis and will not rotate. There will not be a need for it to rotate because the threads for the screw are no longer engaged with the threads of the hole. So you will go to your transform section. We will select the screw and you will grab click and hold on the arrow along this axis and just have this to move along the axis at any distance that you choose. So once you have it to move the distance that you want, you can click on OK. What you will see again in the timeline is a translational movement. So if we click on the navigation options in the bottom to kind of restart and click on the play, you should see the movement of the product. Then you'll see the rotation of the screw. Then once it becomes disengaged from the threads, it will just move along the axis. You will repeat this same process for the screws. So these steps here, you will repeat these steps for the other 3 screws that are holding the cover plate onto the column. So we will go back to transform components. We will select the top right screw. We will click and hold on the arrow aligned with the axis and move that screw along that axis until the screw becomes the end of the screw is aligned with the edge of the hole in the column. We will click on OK in the transform components dialog box. Again, that will give us a translational movement, and we can see that this other screw has been added. So what we can do is click and hold on that movement and move it to the end of the previous translational movement for this screw. We can take the playhead and move that out so we can see that movement. And then we will go back to transform, select that screw. This time we will apply the rotational movement to it, and it's going to rotate about that axis. And again, we're going to click and hold on it and go to the left. For this, we will, for the X angle, if we wanted to rotate 10 times, we'll type in a negative 3,600 and press enter. And so this here is going to be that movement in this particular case. And so just to adjust it, just click on the edge of it and drag it out. So those two, the rotational and the translational movement, are aligned with each other. You can change the duration by right clicking. If you want that to be 4 seconds, just change that number and click on the check. Then you can just grab the edge of the rotational movement and make it the same length. So if we play this back, you should be able to see the camera movement, the rotation of the screw, and then moving along the axis. And you do the same for the second screw. You can grab the plate head, move that out however far you want as far as the time lapse, and you can click on that or go to the transform, click on that screw, and grab the arrow aligned with the axis and just continue to move this out and then click on OK. So again, that will create another movement, a translational movement here for that screw. You can move the playhead out, and what you're going to do is pan this so you can see the screws at the bottom of that part. And again, what should happen is the camera movement should be recorded, and you will apply those same rotational and translational movements to these screws here at the bottom.